Hello, so who am I? To anyone who's new to my channel, I'm Yaniss. I have been diagnosed with MS since I was 17.
So multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disorder that affects the central nervous system, where most patients with multiple sclerosis will experience attacks, we refer to as relapses, where the immune system is actually causing inflammation and damage to either the brain, the spinal cord.
What am I going to make this video about? Is that straight? Oh wait, man, that's big. Hello once again. So I was doing that because my thyroid gland is still not stable. But whatever. What am I talking about? What was I talking about? Okay. Topic of this video is principally going to be about ambition, especially when you're disabled and maybe in lack of motivation. Although this channel is not really about motivation or that kind of stuff, it's just me talking on camera. I'm not looking to be a motivational speaker, obviously. I'm just doing that for fun. So I'm gonna hop on and practice, and maybe you can see some of what I do as a student learning music. Sure, I have that thing going on with music. I'm always thinking of how can I innovate doing different things, not just music, although I love it. I love doing this, but I'm still exploring new avenues and I like seeing new things. But this video is going to be more particularly about overcoming MS. Does it focus? Yes, it does. It's going to be principally about overcoming MS. So maybe if you have MS, or maybe you're just overall curious about this, and the book of Dr. Jelinek. So it wasn't filming, so I'm gonna try again. I was talking about this book, Overcoming Multiple Sclerosis by Dr. George Jelinek. Did I say that right? I hope so. Jelinek. He talks. The book is highly based on holistic studies. So the studies were done in the placebos and in people that actually tried the things that were mentioned in the nicely written book. It's a huge brick. Read it in your own rhythm. Also, there is a podcast. They hold a podcast, so if you don't like to read, you can still listen. They also have some content on YouTube. And overcoming multiple sclerosis. Just write OMS. I know in French, OMS is health organization. What do you call it? World Health Organization. World Health Organization, but this has nothing to do. The OMS is overcoming multiple sclerosis. Highly recommend reading this book if you have MS or any kind of chronic illness. Just because you are curious and you want to know, well, you can read this book. It's really good and highly valuable content in this book. Now in 2020, a lot of the evidence that are shown in this book already in 2020, they're kind of mainstream. We already know that if you do exercise, it's good for your health, and if you eat well, it's good for your health, and blah blah blah. We all know that, but just by reading this book, it gives a scientific point of view, and I think that that's really interesting. And for me, it really took that to make me actually start. I tried it for 6 months, I think, or a couple of months, and the diet, and I combined it with a no gluten diet, which was not I tried it and I felt better. obviously. Just eat vegetables and fruits, and you exercise, you meditate. Well, you obviously feel better over time. It's normal. And also I did supplement with B vitamins. I took B vitamins, omega-3. I ate a lot of seafood and fish. I supplemented with also calcium, probiotics, and the list goes on. I have a personal pharmacy in my disposition, if you can say that like this. Maybe I'll show it to you later. But I still have some supplements with me, and vitamin supplements, not protein. I don't think that. Yeah, that's that. So next I'm gonna obviously show you some music and how I practice. Maybe I'm gonna give you a short lesson. If you never played the piano, that is my passion. I love teaching the piano. If maybe you'd be interested, stick to it. So let's get into the intro. I forgot to do that and say that, but let's get into the intro and leave a thumbs up. It really helps me. And don't forget to subscribe. I really am filming this video in a rush because it's kind of late. But let's get into the intro. Find something you love. See the disease not as something to fall victim to. Happiness, I mean, for me, I know that is music. So I'm gonna go and practice. Maybe I'm just gonna do it here and show you some of the process of practicing some music. Show you some basic stuff. If you don't know the piano, it's really easy. You just have to know the notes. You know, the basic do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Or if you prefer letters, C, G, E, F, D, A, B. That's basic stuff. Knowing your notes, and maybe I'm gonna show you some pretty childlike pieces. Maybe I'm gonna show you some other stuff. Stick with me. So we're gonna start in C major. C major, the most basic scale, the most basic scale you can learn. I'm gonna start by playing C major, and then I'll show you. So film my videos like this. I'm gonna try to have a better view. Okay. So for beginners, if some of you maybe you're more advanced, definitely maybe I hope you won't get bored. I'll make it short. So Mary had a little lamb. So how you read sheet music. So I'm gonna point out some sheet of music. So how you read it. The first note you see is E. E. So how you read it is that you look at the first note, that is C. See how you recognize it. For beginners, it has a little line on it. We call it a ledger line, and then C, and then you go up, C, D, E. So do, re, mi for the basic. So start with mi. So mi, re, do. I'm just doing this by ear because I don't have the the actual sheet with me, but I hope you can follow me. So for basic stuff, how you read the notes on the piano, first of all, so just look at those two black notes. You can play it for fun. So you see those two black notes, and here is a C. You see 3 black notes, there's not a C. 2 black notes, there's a C. Try to guess where can you find another C. Yeah, and you can find it here, or here, or here, or here. I'm gonna stop. So you know the basic. You just practice it just for fun. If you have a piano or a virtual keyboard on the internet, it's free. Everybody has free money. So you have Do. So Mary had a little lamb. Starts with E. So you remember. So Do, Re, Mi. Mi, Re, Do, Re, Mi. I don't like doing these tutorials because I want you guys to make your brain work. You guys make your brains work a little. So you start with E. And practice reading. In the beginning, it's like a language. You feel like you're learning by heart in the beginning, but as you do it more and more, it starts becoming more natural, and then you start reading notes. Basically, like if it was a normal book. So you start with E, da, da. So, okay, it gives you an idea. So the right hand, I played it fast because I want you guys to read the sheet. I will leave a link below so you can maybe check it out if you're curious. And if you're a beginner, you can start learning. If you're more advanced, well, it can be some sight reading for you. So for the right hand, it's easy. Try doing it both hands. I don't have the sheet with me, so I don't know what you play with the left hand, but I'll keep going. So you have C, left hand, but how you read it now, C, it's like the mirror effect. I want to be sure I say that right. So you start with a Do, Si, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. Or if you prefer letters, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Even I am struggling with these. I don't have the habit of saying it with the letters. Usually I say it more with their actual name. So I say Do, Si, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. Because I studied in French first, and then I worked my way up in English. So C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Okay, so I don't actually remember how it starts, but I think it starts with something kind of dissonant. Maybe it's those two or those two. I think it. So how we read it, with the left hand it goes down. Remember, with the right hand you go up, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do. With the left hand, because it goes more like it goes down, you read it Do, Si, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. But when you go up, think like this. You go Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do. And when you go down, Do, Si, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. With your right hand, it's basically the same thing. Because when you go up, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do. And then you go down, Do, Si, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. I'm repeating this a lot. I want to make sure you guys understand. But yes, so anyways, keep practicing. Do this for fun. Just Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Si, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. Like, annoy your neighbors with the scales. Say it out loud. Sing it. I don't care. Do whatever you please to do. But keep it ethical. I know you guys are kind, so I know you won't play it in a bad way. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going. So mi, re, do, re, mi, re, mi, sol. So you have to read it, because I don't want to play it all out loud. I feel like how do you call them? Someone in a daycare, because I was involved in a daycare and I did take care of children. Maybe it's kind of odd or weird coming from a guy, but in anyways, no second thoughts. So I'm gonna keep going. What was I saying? So you start with E, re, do, re, mi, re, mi, sol, mi, re, do, re, mi. Because I'm gonna interrupt again. I'm gonna interrupt again because I want to make sure you guys read it. Even if you're an intermediate or even advanced, I mean, you have to work at it and read it. It's gonna take you maybe seconds, but I don't care. Either you're beginner or advanced, you're all students. You want to learn, so I'm gonna keep going. So what was I saying is that you start with an E, and then you go down with you start with an E, then you go down. When you go down is when you're going left side of the keyboard, and then you go re, do, re, mi. So that's down, left side, and right side is up. So when you go up, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. When you go down, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So mi, re, do, re, mi, re, mi, sol, mi, re. Again, so the conclusion of this video is I'm trying to teach you guys some of the piano. I hope you get some value out of this. I didn't have the time to teach you left hand because it was becoming long. But I'm gonna try my best to give you guys a lot of value. If you liked this video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to also subscribe, which means also a lot to me, and thank you a lot if you subscribe. If you don't, it's okay. Yeah, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and show your support in the comment section. Bye!